Hi, I'm Neville. I'm the Chief Customer Officer at BEONx. We're a company based out of Spain, and we provide revenue management technology to hotels. And in line with what we've been talking about earlier, I want to talk about what our vision is for how the revenue manager's role is going to evolve. So let's go. If we talk a little bit about revenue management, how it's developed, and those of us who are long in the tooth like myself have been around whilst this has been developing, revenue management has really concentrated on rooms revenue, and rooms revenue particularly based on occupancy ADR, and sort of the king of the KPIs for most revenue managers is RevPAR. And revenue management has developed that way, and we've been pretty good at maximizing this. For the last 10 years or so, we've been talking about total revenue management. And here we've never really got there. I've been talking about this for years, but I don't think anyone has really found a way to do this efficiently yet. The most that we've done is maybe we've started to maximize a bit our ancillary revenues, and perhaps put a little toe in the water of how to maximize MICE business, but we've never really reached the objective of managing total revenues or total profits. If we ask ourselves why, it is, I think these four things are barriers. Digitalization, basically, there's some fear of technology or some fear of investing in technology. There's a huge issue in terms of profitability, in terms of connectivity. Neil's mentioned this as well, and I think some others, but there's loads of software. There's absolutely loads of software available to hotels, but it needs to speak to each other. And if it doesn't, then we really can't get to where we want to go, which is to increase profitability. So I think we really, in BEONx, we're building a platform where we can have a connected ecosystem where all your technology is in one place. It's all connected together. This helps you to unlock the full potential of your business and really start thinking about how you can exponentially grow your income and your profits. Obviously, in order to do this, and this has also been mentioned by some of the other panelists, so this is a good thing to bear in mind. In terms of the way your organization is run, I think hotels really start to have to take a more holistic viewpoint of the way things are managed. Breaking down silos between different departments. Often you see the revenue manager is here, there's someone else in charge of operations over here. They don't necessarily speak to each other. There's someone in charge of sustainability in a different place. And we really need to fit these together. And we see the revenue manager as being the person who can do this. So we see the revenue manager as a conductor. Once you have this connectivity and you have all your platforms and your tools in one place, you need someone who can understand which buttons, which levers you have to manage your profitability, and also to manage your costs, because obviously this is something that in the long term, it has a real impact on your business. So the real role of a revenue manager moving forwards is identify, unlock new opportunities to increase profitability, take decisions made on data. This is very important, and this has been mentioned before. Reconcile the strategy across different departments. So no longer have this piecemeal approach, but have a holistic approach. And this will allow you to get what we call to a level of sustainable profitability in the long term. In order to get there, this is a big change. It's a big change of mindset. What do we need to get here? I think revenue managers need to be more ambitious. I think we need to grow towards a position where we're a profit manager and not a revenue manager. And this really involves us joining the dots and connecting the dots, being much more strategical and analytical, and obviously having the communication skills to drive your strategy forwards. This also automatically, I think, requires a change in the structure of the way organizations are run. And here I think that the role of a profit manager will become more and more important. Hotels will have to decide where that fits into their management structure, and really then develop the capabilities and the decision-making processes in order to really maximize all of the revenues in a property and all the profit. So obviously, we think the world is changing. We think revenue management is changing. It's constantly changing, but I think there's a big leap forwards coming now. We really need to become more advanced. And I think the only way to do this is via technology, which is some common thread that we've had throughout the presentations today. And I think it's a very exciting time to be a revenue manager. And those of us who see the future this way need to get out there and grab it. And really, it's going to have a huge impact on the bottom line of a hotel business. That's what I wanted to say. I'm looking forward to any questions that we can have later on in the discussion.
Thank you, Neville. Yeah, I think in our total and profits revenue management projects, this is one of the things that you touch upon. Yes, we need to just like actually base our decisions on data. We need to go over to more of being a profit manager, just like breaking the silos. But then at the same time, there's this lack of data, maybe also or good data that we lack. Like sometimes you can't really measure always the total worth of a specific guest, because I mean, if they just like spend something in the restaurant, usually we can't really connect the dots.